Mumbai Indians humbling the Royal Challengers Bangalore to register their second win in as many IPL matches meant that a lot of focus was on the batting lineup and how destructive they were, given that they completed a chase of over 190 in just 15.3 overs. However, what flew a little bit under the radar at times was just how destructive this man right here, Jasprit Bumrah, was during his spell. I mean, yes, getting a 5-4 means you're not always going to be, let's say, flying under the radar, but truth be told, the batting fireworks in the second innings did take away a little bit of sheen from what was a Bumrah masterclass by all stretches of the imagination. I mean, how good must you be on a hat-trick not once but twice in the same match? But what exactly is it that Bumrah does that's so different to other bowlers? And if you listen to Bumrah talk, he'll often make it sound so simple, but the best things often are very, very simple, and it takes only the best to recognize that success comes from consistency and doing the simple things over and over. And that exactly is what Bumrah talked about when discussing after the match what his secrets to success are and what it is that he continues to do to ensure he remains on top of a game and in a format which is very batter friendly. So what are those secrets? Well, let's hear from the man himself. First, he said that I do my research and I see where the batter is strong. This format is very harsh on the bowler. So you have to have all kinds of skills. This is what I train for. Now, it's very important to keep a note of one particular part which he says here, and that is where he says you have to have all kinds of skills. Bumrah as a bowler is renowned for being one of the most consistent bowlers of the Yorker. But as he goes on to mention later on, he says it's not all about the Yorkers. He says that sometimes the wicket is sticky and you don't always need to bowl a Yorker. You can use your bouncer or slower ball, so you don't need to use all tricks on one day. And that is a very important thing that a lot of people don't tend to realize, is that with a lot of bowlers, and you've seen this with certain bowlers who are adept at slower balls, say a Harshal Patel or even a Mohit Sharma, is that they'll keep going back to the one trick that makes them successful, the slower ball. In Bumrah's case though, he has a multitude, a variety of tricks. There's the bouncer, a slower bouncer, a regulation slower ball, a Yorker, all of these ones, and even on pitches which aid it, a skidding ball that can more often than not catch batters by surprise. So as he says, you don't need to use all tricks on one day, but if you have to be able to use all tricks, you need to be able to have multiple tricks as well, and that is something that he also talks about here. He says that, look, even if you bowl 145 kilometers per hour balls on consistent basis, but if the wicket demands you bowl slow balls, you have to do that. You can't be a one-trick pony where you just aim at the stumps and go hunting. And that's an interesting thing really, because a lot of times the stereotype that exists amongst certain, let's say, cricket fans or even experts is that if you have a Yorker, then that's enough because you can keep bowling the Yorker. But what about on a given day when you're not able to execute that? Then you need to be able to fall back on plan B, because whilst being able to bowl a Yorker is great, you need to have more than one trick if you are going to deceive batters, and that's something that Bumrah has figured out very early in his career, and even now is helping him. In fact, by his own admission, in his early days when he wasn't quite the Jasprit Bumrah now, what it is that made him the bowler it is he said constant preparation, study, and a meticulousness to detail. In fact, it's detailed by what he says here. He said that whenever I've had a bad day, whatever has not worked, next day with a calm mind, I've seen the videos. For me, preparation is always the key. That is very interesting because, again, we live in a world where video technology is being used and video analysis is used a lot by oppositions to scout players. In Bumrah's case, by his own admission, he was using those videos to figure out where it is that he was going wrong so that he could look back and say, no, this is not working. I need to be doing this differently. It's a rare insight into what makes Bumrah tick, because he's oftentimes not one of the more open or forthright when it comes to interacting with the media or even with host broadcast channels. This time around though, he gave some very interesting insights, and it reveals just what goes into making Bumrah so special. It is in fact simplicity, variety, and constantly doing the same things over and over till you master them. Now, what are your thoughts on Bumrah's secrets to success? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now though, from my side, it is goodbye.